Hey, Beau, what's up, little buddy?
Hi.
What are you gonna make with this loaf pan?
Well, I was thinking we could make olive bread.
Really? You and me cook together? So join us today on Simple French Cooking and
The Family Fam.
By the way, that's our family YouTube channel that we're just rolling around. Go check it out. I'll put a link down below.
And I'll put a link to his channel on the Family Fam.
Awesome. So the other day we made a Provencale olive bread together. Now, I have a cousin, Lolo, Laurence, who made it for us last time we were in Provence, and it was so good. And all the time, Beau kept asking me, he's like, Daddy, when are you gonna make Provencale olive bread like Lolo did?
And then 2 years later, he finally made it.
Well, I couldn't find a recipe that was really anything close to how Lolo made it. So I finally figured out a recipe, and we tried it together the other week. Now we made a couple substitutions, like I put bacon instead of ham, right?
And you used less of some stuff?
Yeah, but at any rate, we're gonna make it our way, and you know, the Provencale olive bread is a savory bread. It's also called 𝒌𝒊𝒕𝒄𝒏 in France. And so there's a couple different varieties, but this is the way that Lolo made it. Lolo showed us, so join us today as we make Provencale olive bread.
Step 1, getting the ingredients together.
All right, so obviously, the most important part
is olives. Because if you didn't put olive in olive bread, then it would be bread.
It would just be bread. And we're trying to make olive bread. So use whatever varieties you like. We're gonna use these calmatas that are pitted. And then, geez, I forget the name of these. But I like green olives. Now, I like to buy olives that aren't pitted because I think the flavor is better. These calmatas, unfortunately, came pitted and they just taste a little bit different. Don't eat any.
You just ate 2, Dad.
I did not.
Yeah,
Okay.
you did.
Because we need all of these olives. So you're gonna need about 1 cup of pitted olives. So Beau is gonna show us
how
to pit olives for this dish.
Okay guys, I'm gonna show you how to pit an olive my way. So you're gonna need a big knife. Make sure you have your parents' permission to use this, because knives are sharp. So put the knife on the olive and then smack the olive. Then you can just take out the olive pit and you have a pitted olive.
And while he's cleaning off the pits, I'm gonna take this cup full of olives and just rough chop it. We wanna have big pieces because it's nice, like when you're eating olive bread, to get a big chunk of olive, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Oh, this is gonna be delicious, isn't it? Mm-hmm. You think we should have this for lunch today? Mm-hmm. All right, so there we go. So what you're looking for is just big pieces. Don't worry too much about chopping it. By the way, even though unpitted olives are better to use, if you are nervous to pit olives yourself or you don't feel like taking that time, you can just buy pitted olives. But trust me, they are so much better like this. Alrighty, next we need to go on to the next step, right? Mm-hmm. Step 2. Now this is gonna be Daddy's step, okay? So you need 1/4 pound of ham or 1/4 pound of bacon. So I bought this big pack of like bacon pizza ends, perfect for this dish since we're kind of chopping it up. And all we're doing is just gonna take out a little over 1/4 pound because we're gonna lose some of the weight when it turns into fat in the pan. But let's get some of this bacon out here and let's cook some. Chop it up. Ooh, this comes from a local smokehouse. This is just awesome. So once again, we're just gonna cut this into large kind of irregular pieces. And then we're gonna cook it in a pan.
Not too large though.
Not too large.
You don't want the whole bread to be.
Right, we're not making
Bacon bread.
bacon bread. All right, I'm just gonna cook this. You don't need to see this step. Everybody knows how to cook bacon. I would not cook it too crispy, but then I don't like overly crispy bacon to begin with.
Make sure to wash your cutting board after each thing you cut so cross-contamination doesn't happen. Step 3, preparing your pan. Okay, now you need to get out your trusty cooking spray, or you can use butter, but we're gonna use this. So now you're gonna spray your pan. Make sure to get the sides also.
All right, so after you spray your pan well, you want to take a piece of parchment paper, and this is just going to make it easier to get it out. And you want to measure a piece that's going to be fit inside your pan. So we're going to push it in like this. You know what, if you don't have parchment paper, don't worry about it. I just do it because it's much easier to take it out. Now this is a little bit too wide. So we're gonna put our parchment paper down and we're just gonna trim off a slice right here with our little sharp knife.
Paring knife?
Yeah, paring knife. It's actually one I got in a market in Provence. You know, I don't know, do you remember all the olive markets we used to go to in
The olive wood?
well, with the olive wood, and then they had the big selections of olives in all the Provencale markets we went to in little towns.
Well, I just remember one, and that's where I got my bee.
Oh,
the
yeah?
metal bee.
Oh, that was a fun one. Yeah, I remember that town.
I don't remember.
All right, so once you get this lined, you need Beau, your assistant, to just spray more stuff in the inside there.
And you should do a light coat, not too thick. Right.
Yep.
When you're using a stand mixer, always be careful not to stick your hand in while it's moving because you can really hurt yourself. So make sure to turn it off before you stick your hand in. Step 4, making the cake. Okay, now we're gonna add 2½ cups of flour. If your cup measurer doesn't fit in your jar like ours, then you can just use 5 half cups. If you need to flatten out your cup, you can just use the back of a knife. Remember, cooking is messy, so it's fine if it gets messy. Okay, so now we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay, now we're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Nine out of 10 kids think 𝒊𝒏𝒈 is the best sea salt in the world. Okay guys, now we're gonna add 1 cup of olives. Now we're gonna add the bacon. Shh, don't tell my dad I just ate one. Now we're adding 𝒔𝒊𝒎𝒄𝒄, and I need to taste it. Well, you guys do also, because we need to make sure it's not poisoned. Okay, I don't think mine is poisoned, but yours might be, so be careful. Isn't this is the coolest egg container from Birch Knot Farm. So now we're gonna add 2 eggs. Now crack your eggs into a separate container to make sure they're not rotten. Now we're gonna add 2/3 of a cup of rosé. Now we're gonna add 2/3 of a cup of olive oil. Make sure it's a good one, because you want flavor. Now we're gonna mix all of this up on medium speed. Just mix it till it's well mixed. Okay, now we're gonna put all of this into here. Okay, now we're gonna put our olive bread in a preheated oven at 325 degrees. It takes about 1 hour to bake. Okay.
Let's take a look at the inside, okay? Wow, that looks so beautiful. Hold on.
I get the first piece. I choose mine. That's yummy.
Is it better than the first one?
That's good.
This is so good. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and give the Provencale olive oil bread. Sorry, give the Provencale olive bread a try. Let us know in the notes or let us know in the comments if you gave this a try. Thanks so much for watching. You take care, have a great day, and please subscribe to our channels.
Bye.
That's so good.